Today is Saturday, June 15th, and yesterday was an absolutely crazy day. I mentioned in a video 2 days ago that my husband and I were hosting a petting zoo at the school district that we reside in, not the school district that I teach in. And it was a little overwhelming, but we got through it. The kids seemed to enjoy it. They had a good time. After that, I had to hang around at home waiting for the vet to get here because I wanted to get health checks done on my animals for two reasons. One, for the sake of requesting medication, I requested more Lutalyse last week, and they were giving me a hard time about prescribing it, even though I had a vet here doing preg checks on December 31st, like 6 months ago or less. The second reason was I want the opportunity to show my animals if I decide to take them to fair. So I have 3 bull calves. One is 11 months, one is 10 months, and the other one is about 6 months. He was the one that was born on Christmas. And the heifer that was born on December 22nd, I also wanted to be able to show her if I wanted to. Our fair is the end of July. So I'm not sure yet. Obviously, I would be putting in a lot of time halter breaking. I do have the entire month of July that I will be home with the kids, so we'll see how that goes. The other reason I wanted the vet to come was because I was requesting the Lutalyse with the intention of syncing up my cows so that I can AI them all at once, and so that if they take, they will all be due at once. As I've mentioned in my videos before, I try to catch my cows on natural heat instead of syncing with hormones, but this is a rare case where I have a lot of open cows. So I figured that there were a lot of open cows. I had 2 calves around Mother's Day, and I had bred some AI, but I wasn't sure if they had taken. So my plan was all of the females, I was going to go Lutalyse them. But since the vet was coming anyway, I wanted as a precaution to have him palpate them just to make sure that they were all open, so I didn't lose any calves that I wanted. I knew that the last day that I AI'd was over 30 days prior, so, actually it was probably closer to 60 days. I don't think I've bred a cow in a while because they were out on pasture and I wanted them calving in April, so I was not going to breed them. I was tracking their heats, but I didn't want to breed them yet. It's a darn good thing that I asked the vet to stick his arm up there and palpate them, because one of the heifers, it was the very first time that I had bred her, artificially inseminating her, and she took on February 20th. I recorded a video of that, and I swear to God, when I brought these cows in yesterday, I thought that she was coming into heat. So much so that I had anticipated breeding her either last night after I got home from my FFA banquet or this morning. Nope. He put his arm up there and I could see his face and I could see that he was contemplating something, and he goes, "She feels like she's pregnant." And I said, "Are you serious?" And I had my notebook in my hands and I was looking at all of the dates that I had recorded of when I had bred them. And he goes, "When did you breed her?" And I said, February 20th, and he felt for a second. He goes, "Yeah, that feels like a calf that's about 4 months along." So that was the best news that I had all day. And once he was done doing PVD testing shots, checking those cows, the rest of them being open, I then had to hightail it up, put on a dress, and go to my FFA banquet, which I made barely on time with like 15 or 20 minutes to spare because I was waiting for the vet to show up to do these things. The banquet went very well. My kids really went above and beyond, and they put in a lot of effort, and it definitely was shown last night, the effort that they have put in over the last month or so of their planning. It feels so good to have those things done. Like, that was the big day looming. And part of the reason that I was so stressed out on the last day of school, because as an ag teacher, you don't really get to enjoy the last day of school like every other teacher does. But the craziness is not over yet, because on Sunday I leave for Ag Teachers Conference. So New York State Association of Agricultural Educators hosts a conference, a statewide conference, and some people from other states come too. And it is being held in Auburn this year. It is overnight. So my 4-year-old was a little bit sad that I wasn't home last night because of the banquet. And then I broke the news to him this morning that I'm not going to be home Sunday night or Monday night either. But conference is always a good time, so I'm sure that it will be enjoyable. Everybody will learn a lot of things, and the ag teachers from all over New York State will get together and network and have a grand old time. But before that can happen, I do have to shoot up some of my females with Lutalice. So that is a project for today. In the meantime, though, I might do that a little bit later. In the meantime, though, I'm going to go up and be domestic and work in the house for a little bit.